I'm just the guy who wants people to go to Disney and to feel this magic. You know, if anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I want to give this a 5 out of 5 just because you have to see it. I'm File91e, and these are my Disney news and reviews. Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Disney news and reviews. I'm File91e, and I was going to start this show off with a happy 4th of July and touting a new camera that I got. But something more important has happened. This is breaking news from Disney World. 2 Walt Disney World monorail trains collided early this morning, Sunday morning, killing the operator of one of the trains. The crash happened about 2 a.m. Earlier today on Sunday on one of the monorail's last runs of the day. This was after the 4th of July fireworks. A 21-year-old Disney employee who was piloting one of the monorails died at the scene of the accident, said the Orange County Sheriff's Office. One other employee was transported to Florida Hospital Celebration, but his injuries were not serious. The trains were transporting guests leaving Epcot. 6 park guests were on the train during the crash and were evaluated by paramedics at the scene. And the wreck is the first fatal accident in the Walt Disney World monorail system's 38-year history. Another accident happened in Disneyland some years back, but this is the first for Walt Disney World. Disney does have an automatic failsafe program on their monorail systems, and it's not clear as to whether or not it failed. There's more on this as it becomes available. Okay, it's a tragic accident. You know, I've only been on 2 trains in my whole life. One was the monorail, and that crashed. It's kind of weird. And I was on the red line, you know, for the DC trains, the ones that collided. I was riding that 2 weeks before it happened to fail. You know, I guess I'm not good luck when it comes to things like that. You know what I mean? But I guess you can't really say that, because I'm sure many people are saying the same thing. So my my thoughts and prayers go out to that 21-year-old kid who lost his life piloting the monorail. I'm sure it was a freak accident, and Disney will be on it to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again. So don't be discouraged on riding the monorail. It's a freak accident. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does happen, that's when everybody takes notice and starts to really see what's going on. I'm sure Disney will take elaborate measures to make sure that all of you will be safe once you're down there. So so if you're going down to Disney World, please do not be discouraged to get on the monorail. They will be, I'm sure they will be putting elaborate measures to make everything as safe as possible for the riders. The Hall of Presidents formally reopened this week after a lengthy rehab. The attraction now includes current President of the United States, Barack Obama. They always redo the ride after a new president gets elected. It gives them a chance to to refurb the seats and the carpets and put more stuff out for you to look at while you're waiting for the ride. And they do it mainly to give time for the animators to make a audio animatronic of the new president. So check that out when you're down there. And effective immediately, reservations for premium spaces at the water parks, the Beachcomber Shacks at Typhoon Lagoon, and the Polar Patios at Blizzard Beach can be booked for dates June 30th, 2009 and beyond. So if you're going down to Blizzard Beach and you want a little quiet spot away from where you are with good food and whatnot, you can reserve these spaces and just lounge about the Disney water park. So it's pretty cool, so check that out. And I do want to show you this new camera that I got. Not to make light of whatever happened at Disney World, but I do want to show you the new camera. This is my new camera. This is what I'll be taking to Disneyland with me to shoot some footage for you. It's full HD, and I'll be taking a whole bunch of footage there for you. It's the Panasonic AG-HMC 150. It's a great camera. Cost me a pretty penny, but I've been saving up for a while to get it just for you guys. And I'll also be getting a still camera, the Nikon D90, that I'll be taking with me so I can get even greater pictures, still images for you guys. I'm doing this for you. I'm saying I'm giving my hard-earned money that I worked for to make this just that much better. So yeah. Okay, let's get to the reviews. Okay, the first thing I picked out was the Universe of Energy featuring Ellen's Energy Adventure. Now what these guys say the Universe of Energy is, it's a combination ride theater presentation about energy. It's a major attraction. Go before 11:15 a.m. or after 4:30. Don't be dismayed by the long lines. 580 people can enter the pavilion each time the theater changes audiences. The most unique theater in Walt Disney World, 4 stars. I really like this ride. This is one of the attractions that I have to hit each and every time I go down to Epcot. I like Ellen DeGeneres' comedy, and the fact that they team her up with Bill Nye the Science Guy. Yes, that's right, Bill Nye the Science Guy. The fact that they team, those two up makes for a pretty entertaining show. What you do is you go in and there's a short theater presentation where Ellen comes up and tells you pretty much about what's going on. Then the doors open up and you go into this arena where it's a very open space, and then you're sitting in these things and you're like, okay, I guess this is another theater show, because you're sitting down now because you were standing up beforehand. And then you do see stuff, theater screens all around, and then all of a sudden the doors open, other doors open up, and you start moving. You're in on an actual ride. The theater moves. The one car goes ahead, and then another car goes ahead, and these things are huge, I'm telling you. And you go through, where energy comes from, and you learn all about energy. And Bill Nye's there to give you the scientific take on it, while Ellen's there to provide comic relief. And you see an animatronic Ellen DeGeneres and an animatronic Bill Nye. And it's very, very entertaining. It's also air conditioned, which is great to get out of that hot Florida sun. But it is pretty entertaining. Now the scientific stuff, I'm not sure if you're into energy and whatnot, but nowadays, with the whole gas crisis and stuff, it's interesting, to listen to. But overall, it's a really, really great ride, and then you come back in and you dock, and then that's it. So the Universe of Energy, I'm going to give 4 stars. I do agree with with what they gave, that it is a great ride that I think everybody should get on. And again, don't be dismayed by the line. A lot of people can get moved through that. The loading speed is very fast. It's almost guaranteed that you won't have to wait, very long outside. So check out the Universe of Energy featuring Ellen's Energy Adventure at Epcot. Check it out. 4 stars. Okay, the next thing I picked out was the Italy Pavilion. Now, I really like the Italy Pavilion, partially because I am Italian. But overall, when you go in there, you see it's pretty much, it gives you a little slice of authentic Italian feel or aura. There's a bell tower there, and then there's some moving statues that if you're lucky you'll see them. That was when I was there, but it was just a really cool thing. It's a really cool place, the Italy Pavilion. There's not much there now to see, now that the restaurant's gone. There's no film or ride or anything. It's just a pleasurable experience to go into. So the Italy Pavilion, I'm going to give 3 stars, just like I'll give it all the other pavilions. It's right there, median. Check it out if you want to. You don't have to, if you really don't want to. So check out the Italy Pavilion on your way around the World Showcase. Give it a look, snap a couple pictures, you'll enjoy it. So the Italy Pavilion, 3 stars. Again, happy 4th of July to everybody, but I wanted to say that in the beginning, but I really wanted to read that news for you. It's a terrible thing that happened, but again, please don't be discouraged from using the monorail trains. I'm sure Disney will do all that they can to make sure that it never happens again. Believe me, they don't need that bad publicity. And my heart and prayers go out to that 21-year-old kid who lost his life in that horrible accident. But okay, so let's get down to business here. If anybody from Disney's watching, please don't sue me. I'm giving them the news, just giving straightforward answers to all their questions. Please, rate, subscribe, and and you know, I'll leave comments if you want to. I do my best to talk to all of you. And yeah, so I will see you all next week, hopefully with a better. 2 weeks in a row now, somebody's died, you know, and I've had to report that. So hopefully next week it'll be a happier, more lively Disney news and reviews. So check it out. Stay tuned next week. I'll see you guys later.